Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. So, dear Dhamma friends, before we start our session, I'm going to introduce the technique. So, this introduction, remember yourself, and as you know, there are different meditation techniques. So, the very important thing you have to remember, our main purpose is uplifting our clarity and developing our awareness. So for that, always you have to remember to keep the clarity inside you, because according to the condition of your mind, whatever the practice you're going to do, going to change. And it doesn't matter whatever the meditation technique you learn, and according to the condition of your mind, that technique can change. So then the result going to change. So then always remember yourself to observe the condition of the observer. So when it comes to meditation, here what we practice samatha and vipassana both. So the samatha mental culture means uplifting your awareness and keep your mind in one point. And if you have any busy mind, an uncomfortable mind, so slowly you bring that mind to one pointness. It called samadhi bhavana, or the tranquility state, satori, kevalya, samadhi. This all is calming down your body, calming down your mind. And as a result of this, your body, mind, and the breathing start to work as one. And then we go to vipassana level, inside meditation. Deeply observe how things come to be as they are. So here we get the mental object as our primary object to observe. So then you keep your awareness in front of your nose, so your upper lip area. So that awareness, that inhalation, exhalation, observing the sensation of the inhalation, exhalation is your nimitta. So primary mental object. So then while you practicing meditation, you should not have intensely, you should not have any other thoughts. That is the very basic level of practice. So always you have to stay in primary mental object. So, and when you keep doing it again and again and again, in the beginning, sometimes you don't see anything, but later, little by little, you start to settle down. You start to see it and then disappear. See it and disappear. So it like this. Saying an example, it's like a mountain in a hill road, like when you go to ocean. And when you go to the top of the hill, you see the ocean, and then you go bottom, you don't see it. And again you see, go to the top, you see the ocean, and then again when you go downward, you don't see. So like that, sometimes your awareness can recognize the sensation and sometimes it disappears. So remember, your intention should be always keep the awareness And if the sensation arises, you recognize it. If not, don't worry about it. Just put your attention and stay there. And don't try to involving with the sensation. And this is what called kamatahana. Kamatahana means workplace. So that you can take the kamatahana as something different. So as example, you take a jug of water, and then you start to observe it and then repeating the water, 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 and then you reminding the quality of the water. It's a kind of like a liquidity, or you observing the very nature of the liquidity. So that's you doing something different. You visualizing, you chanting, repeating yourself. So that is your workplace. But here, your workplace here, you observe and recognize, observe and recognize. And then sometimes it arise and disappear. And then little by little, your mind will settle down slowly. If it is settled down, stay with it. And once you stay there from that point, so whatever you have experienced, you experience its arising, existing, and disappearance, and let it go. Don't repeat, don't remind yourself the experience. Now you see the very nature of the sensation and arising, existing, disappearance, and let it go. You focus to the bottom line, and whatever experience come, you trying to observe what is the very nature and allow it to happen and see what is happening. And while you observe this way, so that as we know, we have 4 foundations for this meditation. What are those 4 foundations? Observing the body, observing the sensation, and observing the mind, and observing the very nature of this all. Kayanupassana, Chittanupassana, Dhammanupassana, Vedananupassana. So then today, when you're observing this inhalation, exhalation, sometimes there is another pain arise somewhere. So that also a sensation. And then what you have to do? So you observe it. Don't try to involving with anything. Don't try to change it. Just observe. And then when it arises and exist and disappear, just recognize it. There is a sound come. So allow it to happen. And then sound will arise and it will slowly exist for a moment and disappear. Just observe it. And sometimes thought arise. Then you're not going to react to that thought. Observe and experience it and let it go. And then again, sometimes you feel the very nature of the body, the heat, sometimes the entire body, and sometimes entire body itching, shaking. So this all very nature of this, and it can happen because of many reasons. And as you know, we have sympathetic nerve system and parasympathetic nerve system. This all work automatically. And our very nature of the body depending on that nerve system. And sometimes the digestive system and blood circular system. So sometimes you can see how the body react to these things. And sometimes suddenly you start to heat go up and the sweating. No reason. Just recognize, experience, don't involve in it, and then move forward. And then again, come back to your primary object. So always, if there is any sign arise higher than this sensation, then you observe, recognize it, and then come back to this. So that way you stay with the body. So wherever. This is the things happening. I just give as a guideline. So in the depth, whatever the sensation, it has the same quality. It's not difference. So once you recognize that, Even you feel, you sorry, you recognize as a sensation somewhere that your arm or your leg start to give certain sensation. So now you focus to inhalation, exhalation. Even you recognize that you feel that sensation on your leg as a pain, sometimes you're not going to even react to it. Why? Because you know the very nature of it. That doesn't mean you don't care. No, you understand it, but you know the very nature of it. Why? You know it arises and it exists for a moment and disappear. So that way, when the mind able to not go anywhere, even it is happening, even the sound come, it is anymore not disturbing to you. Even the sensation arise anywhere, even it is not disturbing to you. Even thought arise, you see it with the very nature of it, arising, existing and disappearance. And still you remain with the primary object. Even the certain bodily change happening, sometimes the entire body get tight, and sometimes it feel like the dizzy, and some people it's kind of like a go, feel like a pressure go high, feel low pressure, like, but still you remain in this, recognizing that you remain in the primary mental object. So when you come to that level, anymore this anything not going to disturb you. You experience it, you recognize it, but still it not going to disturb you. So you don't get it as a sensation, even though it is happening. So you recognizing it and let it go. Recognize it, let it go. So in that moment, deeper level, there is no, this bodily sensation can hold you or disturb you. In that deeper level of connection, when you are able to get into that deeper level of connection, so you can sharply observe and recognize this, everything happen according to its own necessary conditions. And even the observer itself arise as a result of this whole process. And that is where you come out of the self-centered view. So your right palm on your left, neck head straight in one line, and be comfortable with your posture. And scan head to toes 3 times yourself and say, Supateva, oh may I be well and happy. Take a moment and think. We gathered here in this moment to practice this ancient meditation technique. All the Buddhas, all the enlightened masters followed this path and achieved wisdom. So we also gathered here to accumulate that knowledge. In this moment, with this sitting, may my body become more comfortable. May my breath be more smooth. May no difficulties come to me. May all the success come to me. Also think for a moment. This is the last moment we're spending in this very lifetime. Detach your mind from all your past memories and as well as any kind of future thoughts. Just try to remain in the present moment, observing the sensation of your inhalation and exhalation. So deeply and gently breathe in, breathe out 3 times and find the sensation of your inhalation, exhalation. Let everything to settle down as it is and observe the sensation. This is rising, this is falling. And don't involve in it, just allow it to happen. Always remember your boundary line is for foundation, and always bring your mind to your primary mental object. Try to remain there as long as possible. If your mind go here and there, bring it back again and again. Completely be free yourself. Bring your fully attention. Keep your highest effort. Bring your attention to your body. Observe the posture. We cultivate loving kindness and compassion in our heart and radiate it as a light through entire this compound, this village, this city, this state, this country, this world, and this universe. And as far as you can through galaxies, other planets, stars. Reminding yourself like this: may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. May everyone be happy and safe, and may their hearts be filled with joy. May all living beings live in security and in peace. Beings who are frail or strong, tall or short, big or small, visible or not visible, near or far away, already born or yet to be born. May all of them dwell in perfect tranquility. Let no one do harm to anyone. Let no one put the life of anyone in danger. Let no one out of anger or ill will wish anyone any harm. Expand the loving kindness and compassion beginning from your heart. Forward. So visualize yourself and send it as a light, like a lighthouse flashlight. Send it as far as you can to your backside, to your left side, and to your right side. Downward and upward to all six directions at once, like the moon, the sun. Spread the light, spread the energy without any condition, without any limitation, without any resistance, or without any judgment. Let your heart to shine with the loving kindness and compassion from the bottom of it, with the maximum effort to the highest. Wishing yourself, may all living beings in this universe be well and happy. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So, dear Dhamma friends, as you know that we practice two mental cultures, samatha and vipassana. So, how these two mental cultures can apply to our day-to-day life? What is the main difference? Why we have to get into vipassana level? So, in the beginning, if you look very carefully, this entire sansaric journey built on our own self-view. So the self-view means related with your self-centered idea, and you dealing with your eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, mind, perceptions, and looking for the deeper satisfaction. And this is me, I am. And once you come to the self-view, remember you are violating the entire this universal nature. Anymore you cannot experience something beyond you. And even it can come as a name, and it can come as a position. It can come as a situation. Somehow when you able to mention, I am, this is me, and according to your name, according to your position, according to your religion, according to your culture, according to your tradition, if you start to introduce something, in the deeper level, you disconnecting from the reality. So in the very basic level, if you are able to understand in day-to-day life that whatever we trying to introduce, oh, I like this is the way I think. So when you become self-centered, remember, you are that holding to that self-center itself violating the universal nature. That violation bring you kind of like a unsatisfaction. Because you are disconnecting the very being itself. But our self-experience in day-to-day life, why we use this self word just only for conventional experience. That's why when you go deeper level beyond your sensations and you recognize in that deeper level of sensation, there is no name or there is no form. When there is no name, there is no form, there is no time or space. When there is no time or space, there is no measurements. Even though measurement in conventional life make us more comfortable, our conventional life, that when we go through measurements, we are very disconnecting from the reality. Your thought itself has a deeper capacity to measure things. And it measures mostly from here to there, or from there to here. That is the only thing we know. And because of that, we disconnecting from situation. Look, every day when you think about something, from here to there you think, or from there to here you think, from past to future, future to past, and how it come to you, or from here to how about past or the future. But when you come to the real very moment, in this very moment, to your deeper experience, there is no measurement, there is no time, there is no space. And when you are able to develop that position, what will happen? If you are able to come to that level, your mind itself come out of this worldly nature. But if you measure things, maybe remember, it can be with the height or it can be with the distance. It can be with the time. It can be with the position. If you measure things, your mind belongs to worldly conditions. One time Buddha mentioned in the Mahamangala Sutta, what are the most auspicious, profitable things in the world? In that sutta, Buddha mentioned, Puttassa loka dhammehi chittang yassa na kampati asokang virajang kemang etang mangala muttama. Puttassa loka dhammehi chittang yassa na kampati. If your mind not shake or worry, unhappy, sad, disappointed because of the worldly conditions or the worldly nature, that is auspicious. That is worth. That is profitable. So then look yourself. In day-to-day life, when the world changes and we change, we become sad, worry, unhappy according to other situations. There is no end. There is no place you're going to find in this earth, in this ocean, in the top of the mountain, in the sky, even in this entire universe. There is no place for you to be happy if you're depending from the outside nature. So how you can come out? There are two ways. One is when you develop the tranquility state. The very nature of the tranquility state, you can have a very calm, relaxed mind. But it always depending from the situations. As you know, things arise, existing and disappearing. That calmness also in a certain level will disappear. Moment to moment. One time you feel good, relaxed, comfortable, and then it disappears. So like that, in the mental condition also the same. But our very nature, we all look, mostly ourselves, we trying to settle down with the world, and we hoping, we wishing, we dreaming, we praying for these outside conditions to become better. And when the outside conditions become better, we feel more relaxed, comfortable, and balanced. So as example, when other people nice, happy, good, as a result of that, you experience happiness, calmness, relax, comfort. Remember, you are in a danger. That is not the real calmness. Because in case if the other people change, in that very moment you collapse. That is what we see in day-to-day life. Our mind, we will look for the balance, but we look for the balance in the very steady ground. And if the ground unshaken, if the ground is balanced, we feel balance there. That is not the balance. The balance itself means, how about if you are in unbalanced place, can you hold the balance? Can you find the balance? So then in day-to-day life, we always are struggling, we always looking, and we always claiming, fighting with each other. To let me be calm, let me be happy, let me be relaxed, and we fighting each other. We command to others. We trying to dominate other life and telling, don't do this, don't make me angry. Do you think that when other people become nice, when you become nice, it is nice? It is not. It is not the real niceness. You are in trap because your own conditions, day by day, your mental formations of the sanskar are going to be there as it is. So then, in the tranquility state, it helps you to maintain your life in this ordinary life with other people and recognizing things and to settle down according to situations. But in the vipassana level, it is completely different. In the vipassana level of practice, you deeply go to the condition of this everything and recognizing its very nature. Once you recognize its nature, anymore you're not going to disturb out of it. That is what you need. Because you don't know what will happen tomorrow. What kind of situation going to be. You cannot just depending from the outside situation. And you cannot always keep asking from the outside. So then it is your own responsibility to maintain your inner tranquility state and inner awareness and the wisdom and understanding. Remember, just thinking or dreaming, you cannot do it. Attain to that level. Your entire nerve system should be function. And head to toes, trillions, this all the atoms, each and everything should function to the highest. You have to get into the maximum level of your awareness. When the day comes for you to get that everything together, and your maximum effort with the physical and the mental and the awareness and all your nerve system function to the highest, in that very moment, that what you recognizing, that what you get, what you catch, and going to be completely different than you experience whatever with this outside world. So we looking that comfortable life means this outside situation or the outside country, when everything is good and we feel relaxed. And look the people. When situations happen, how the people collapse. They cry and they lament and they worry. They cannot go through situations. And sometimes it becomes so hard for them to hold themselves. They kill themselves. And that is what happening today in 2020, in the middle of this year. And when you look entire world, all over the world, that the suicide rate went higher. And after this entire, the journey through, we came through this all the experience as human beings. And that is what finally we get. Why it happened like that way? Because we addicted to depending from this outside nature. So then the very best thing that you can do to yourself, rescue yourself first. Don't hope anything from outside. Try to understand and the very nature of your mind. Try to deal with your mind. Don't depend from anything. It's in a deeper level, in the vipassana level, not in the conventional level. In the deeper level, in the vipassana level, remember to don't care anybody's opinion. So if you are able to maintain your mind like that way, you're going to have a very peaceful, calm mind inside you. That is very needed for you. Because then that is where other people are going to find their space. Otherwise, to make you calm down, they have to behave in a different way. They cannot talk freely, they cannot laugh freely, they cannot eat something freely, and they cannot watch anything freely. They cannot be who they are. Why? Because you get mad. So then, to make you calm down, they have to act in a different way. It makes them disconnecting from you. And as soon as possible, when the time comes, they will disappear. You will never ever find them. But while they're living with you, you feel kind of like they are so good. No. But they will come around you, even the samsaric journey, if you yourself not depend from them. You take care yourself. And you not get disturbed because of anybody. Why? Because you recognizing the very worldly nature, and according to that, you develop your mind. That is what you need. So then yourself, the very first thing come out of the self-centered view. That is what does through the vipassana. It not going to separate you from everything. It's not going to allow you to see you as a different person. But today, we are getting to like that way. We are separate from religions. And if I say I am Buddhist, remember, I already violate the very nature of the Buddha's teaching. If anybody say I am Christian, that itself violate the very teachings of the Bible. And if anybody say I am Muslim, it itself in that very moment, not need any second, in that very moment, it violates the Quran. So like that, if you look very carefully, and we say we are Asian, we are European, we are American, so like that. And even we are black, we are white. Look, today everywhere, we see that. But we forget deeper inside, we all are human. So when we get into that kind of labels, self-centered view, what is happening? We forget we are human. And we forget we are human, and we forget others human. And it will very disconnect. Otherwise, this is the most beautiful place, time period, we can experience this life to the highest. Just imagine for a moment, each and every person in this entire world, just imagine, just for a 1 hour, because we can do it today. Look everywhere. And there are people connecting with each other. When we practice in this very moment, and there are from other countries, and they send a message, and regarding our class, just imagine for a 1 hour, if in each and every person drop their self-centered idea and they accept they are as a human without any other label top of it. How about it? Just imagine yourself. How about in your family, without putting your label, I am the husband, I am the wife, I am the child, I am the parents, I am this, so I am that. Just without that 1 hour, can you experience as a human? Can you look other person as a human being without disconnecting very itself, our being itself? So vipassana level bring you to that level. That is the difference with the vipassana. Because once you experience that, your mind not going to shrink or going backward that way. So that's why, but to experience that, you have to get into the maximum level of effort inside you. Each and every cell inside you needs to function, each and everything together to the highest. So by being lethargic, lazy, and thinking about something, you cannot get into that. That's why look the 5 hindrances. Kama, Chanda, Vyapada, Tina Midda, Uddacha, Kukucha, Vichikicha. This all tangle the spirit with unnecessary things. So then, if you are able to maintain your spirit, your very being itself, the pure, clean, for a moment without any label top upon you, in that very moment you're going to experience and try it. That is something in this very human life you can experience. It is one of the most beautiful things that you have to experience. Of course, with these sensual pleasures, with the life, there are a lot of things you can experience, but there is something more higher than this. That is the Vipassana level. So in that Vipassana level, remember yourself, once you experience that, there is no way, there is nothing can disturb you. No any demons can play with your head anymore. Things will happen, but still your mind going to be unshakable. So that is what you need. So that is why we're trying again and again to introduce this path to yourself. Because when you are able to experience that day, that moment, that is the highest and that is the best that you can contribute to your family members and to your society. So with that, to explain this different, I will tell you a story, and it coming from Japan. In Japan, there is the art called Kyudo. The Kyudo means art of archeries. And there was a Zen master in a temple. He used to practice Vipassana. So then Zen master was very famous. And then there was another young Zen monk used to practice Samadhi. And then this young monk became one of the best all over all around the Japan. And everybody used to knew him. But then he heard this master and living in a high mountain area, and he used to be the best in the Kyudo art, the art of archeries. And this young monk thought, how it is possible? Because I am the best. There cannot be another person. So then I have to go and challenge and beat him. So this young monk went to this old monk, and he went and bowed to this old monk and told, this I am this. So I practice this and I am well known in the society, but I heard about you, and even though I want to claim myself I am the best, most of people in the society say you are better than me. So I want to invite for you to a tournament. So let's play and see who is best. So this old monk told, I give up that all. Now I stay calm, relax. I don't want to get into that. But this young monk not give up, and he always trying to and argue and trying to get him to the tournament or the fight. And then the old monk thought, I am very old now, and there is no one to take care of this temple. So in case this newcomer, this student, if I can introduce him this art, maybe he will continue this temple. So as that intention, and then he told, okay, let's play and see who's going to win. And then this young monk and measured 80 steps and then put a target beyond the 80 step. And then why? Because in the art of archery, this 80 steps from your place to 80 steps, that the very physical eye, you can get a target. But beyond the 80 steps, it's very difficult to get a target. So then he kept a target beyond the 80 steps, and then he shoot an arrow and then shoot another arrow and went and hit the first arrow and break it to parts. And then now he invite for this old monk. This old monk told, this is not the place I'm going to play. Let's come with me. So they went to the high mountain area, and there was a bridge. And there the monk went to the middle of the bridge and took out most of the parts from the bridge and kept one piece of wood in the middle of the bridge. And now bridge go like this and shaking, moving. And then what the monk, this old monk did, and took an arrow, and far away there was a tree. It's more than like 80 feet. And he took an arrow and hit the arrow. And then he hit another arrow. Now the bridge is moving. And then 7 arrows, he put it to the one by one, one by one, go in between it. By seeing that waving, this young monk got dizzy because it's go like this. See, there are some people sometimes you have seen, and they cannot see even somebody when they're shaking, the person get dizzy. So this young monk, just seeing it, he got dizzy. And then the old monk came and told, now your time. Okay, so go and do it. The young monk knee down and told, I cannot do that. And then he asked, tell me the technique, how you do this. So then the old monk told, you find the balance on the ground. You never find the balance in your mind. And that's why you think, and not only you, the most of the young think that you are master, you are master, and you can do a lot of things, and you never focus to the condition of the mind because you are in the balanced ground. That is not the way to master archery or any art or even the life. But if you are able to master the mind, and even in a movable posture, if you are able to find the target, that means your mind is balanced and it not depending from the whatever the ground. So the same thing happened in the Vipassana. That it helps you to find the balance inside you. Once you find that balance inside anymore, it doesn't matter the unbalanced situation, you always find the balance. So remember this yourself, and wherever you go, and maybe you feel more comfortable, more relaxed, more calm, more joy, as soon as possible, look yourself. Is it really you, or is it really the outside condition? If it is the outside condition, don't be too happy about it. It is okay to accept it, but still don't get addicted to that. Always try to, as soon as possible, yourself, whenever opportunity you have, develop a mind and develop a awareness, develop a wisdom yourself. Whatever the situations happens, just try to maintain your calmness, maintain your balance, and develop that kind of life. Wherever you go, whatever happened to you, and you will never lose that balance. And that is the day you will see what is the meaning of Vipassana. And how you can come to that level, recognizing how things come to be as they are. That recognition happen when your awareness bring it to the highest level. So with that, I bless upon everyone. With this good practice, may all of you be well, happy and peaceful. May no harm come to you, may no difficulties come to you, may no problems come to you. May you also have the patient courage, understanding and determination to meet and overcome inevitable difficulties in your life. During this time period, may everyone stay healthy and safe. And finally, may all of you attain supreme bliss of Nibbana. Sabbityo vajjantu sabbarogo vinasatu mate bhavattantarayo sukhi digayuko bhava. Ittavata ca ammehi sampadam punya sampadam sabbe devanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe bhutanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Sabbe sattanumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Idamme punya kammang asavakkaya vahang hotu sabba dukkha pamunchatu. Bless you.